Popcorn's almost ready. Ow, this is hot. Where are the sodas?
I would hurry, but you had to go and shake them, you get.
Come on, it's 7 o'clock. We're already missing it. Well, where's the remote?
On top of the TV.
Why did you put it up there? It's the stupidest place you could put the thing.
We always know where it is.
Obviously we don't. Oh man, it's already 7:02. We already missed the beginning.
Looks like it started late. We're not missing any of it.
That's not even what's supposed to be on.
Began as a 1960s floor covering. Then, it was fed. It came to life and it was mad. It became the rug.
This rug is killing people? I don't believe it.
Watch The Rug, Saturday at 8 p.m., a Fizzy original movie.
A plant is considered to be a bush if it is smaller than a cow. If the plant is larger than a cow, it should be considered a tree. This size relation seems fairly straightforward at first, but it can become tricky if you are not careful. The classification of the plant is completely relative to the size of the cow. For example, this plant is a large bush because it is smaller than the large cow. If we replace this large cow with a small cow, the plant is a small tree because it is bigger than the cow. The color of a cow can be determined by what plant life is near. A cow can assume one of 3 color states: brown, black and white, or blue. The color state of the cow is determined by the nearby vegetation, which may assume one of 4 forms: a dead bush or tree, a brown bush or tree, a green bush or tree, or seaweed. The steady state condition of all bovines is an eye-pleasing black and white combination. When the cow is in the presence of either a brown plant or a green plant, it remains in the steady state condition. Should the cow be introduced to a dead bush or tree, the cow will change to a brown condition. This does not release or absorb photon energy during the state change, contrary to popular scientific belief. Casual observers may claim to have seen black and white cows near dead bushes. The explanation for this observed behavior is simple. The cow is dead. Dead cows cannot change state. The cow is dead due to starvation. Its continued exposure to dead plant life which it cannot eat results in the cow's death. The relationship between a cow and a bush can be illustrated as follows. A cow in the steady state condition is introduced to a green bush. The cow eats some of the green bush, causing the bush to turn brown. If the cow is still hungry, which invariably she will be, she will consume the entire bush. Due to the high concentration of brown leaves in the cow's belly, the cow changes state to brown. Its source of nutrition depleted, the cow will move on to other green or brown bushes. Failure of the cow to move will result in both a dead bush and a dead cow. The third and less common state of cows is blue, which only occurs in the presence of seaweed. Because seaweed grows only under water, and cows are land-based mammals dependent upon oxygen consumption, the cow in the presence of seaweed quickly turns blue due to oxygen deprivation, whereupon it dies, leaving the seaweed untouched and a hazard to other bovines.
I'm tired of your channel surfing. Give me that remote. Oh, look, Burglary Bonanza.
Hi everybody, and welcome to this week's exciting episode of Burglary Bonanza. Let's start by introducing our defending champion, John Big Boutte. Tell us about yourself, John.
Well, I've been unemployed for a couple of years now, and I'm figuring this is about my best chance at getting some money, so I'm practicing my neighbors and stuff, so I can make sure to beat him.
Isn't that nice? Our challenger is Mr. Nigel Yellowfish. Nigel has just enjoyed a refreshing stint in Attica State Prison. Tell us about yourself, Nigel.
Well, looks like my parole officer was right. My judgment hasn't gotten any better because I moved in next door to him.
Isn't that nice? And now it's time to play the Bonanza. The rules are simple. We have a single-family dwelling, and our contestants will win whatever they can load into the truck before time expires. Linda, could you back the truck up? All right, gentlemen, this is it. I'll give you 40 seconds to don whatever disguises you want while I verify that the front door is open. Up, you bastard thing. Much better. Now, let's play the Bonanza.
As the competition heats up, Nigel heads straight to the office, loaded with computer equipment. It's a good place to start. Weak choice to take, though. That's an inkjet printer. It's a dime a dozen. No resale. John's taking a moment to disconnect the computer. It's a much better choice. Got some value on that. Nigel's heading back in. Now that monitor should be ready to take, but he's having some struggles with the cables, wasting a lot of time. It looks like he should be having that free in a moment, and there he goes, off to the truck. Here comes John, heading back in. Not much but low-value items left. He's taking a whole armload. He's interested in that coonskin cap, showing a little bit of his style there. Not particularly value, but something he likes. Nigel heading back in finds a dead PC carcass, and for some reason he's taken that anyway. No value at all on that. John coming back in, going through the absolute dregs of the table. Nothing left to take except those used CDs, and Nigel is continuing. Now there's an interesting strategy. He takes those whole crates, he's brought them into the kitchen here, and he's looking for things to load them up with. It looks like the crates already had some books on it, and meanwhile John comes in and grabs the bread maker. Very good, and Nigel picks up on that and grabs the microwave. John here, back looking through a closet. He scares up a domestic house cat, not much value, but it looks like he's going to chase it down. I think it's about time that we break from the Bonanza.
And that sound means that we're out of time. Cops! Everybody, cops! Clear out! And that's all the time that we have today on Burglary Bonanza. Bye!
Hi, I'm NASCAR driver Kyle Busch. Driving a race car can be risky, but there's one risk that I'd never take on the road. I'd never try to drive my car through floodwaters. Floods kill more people every year than lightning, tornadoes, and even hurricanes. And most flood deaths are a result of people driving into floodwaters. If you approach a flooded roadway, do like the National Weather Service says, and turn around. Don't drown.
Filmed on location with the milk and beef producers of America. things to do. Let's see. 1. Buy some meat. Some nice, thick, juicy steaks. 2. Build suits out of all those nice, thick, juicy steaks. 3. Sell the suits on eBay. People will buy anything on eBay. 4. Once all the suits have sold, it's time to release the killer poodles. And all the stupid people will be gone.
One of fast food industry's biggest mistakes occurred on July 17, 1946 in Kansas. It was to be known in history as the production of the first fast food hamburger. Unfortunately, there were some problems that would have to be corrected.
Bob and Tom were a couple of good old kids that grew up on a farm outside the city of Kinsley in Kinsley County, Kansas. They attended the Lewis Public Schools during the Depression. During World War II, they were needed to help maintain the family farm since many of the farm hands had gone off to war or to work in the wartime factories. After the war, as folks returned home, the two decided they didn't care to continue the farm life anymore, and so they set to it that they were going to open a restaurant. Their goal was to have hot food ready almost instantly. They managed the prototype, and God only knows how they did it without proper schooling. Unfortunately for them, the yield on a side of beef using their technique was only a few burgers. Though some improvements could be made, it was clear that this wasn't a viable way to operate their business. And so, despite their initial experiments, they ended up opening a fairly traditional diner, leaving the fast food market to be created by the man from Detroit, Ray Kroc.
As we just saw, they did it. They produced the first hamburger in just over 1 microsecond, a speed yet to be matched by today's standards. However, the process was never used again, as it created a 5-mile radius of devastation. This has been yet another of fast food's greatest mistakes.
Time for bed.